Now, it is the controversial reality TV love triangle that has captivated the nation. Yes, we are talking about The Bachelor.
The saga has seen Blake Garvey slammed as Australia's most hated man. But this morning, we're about to hear from Blake and his new flame Louise live and uncut for the first time.
The first time.
The first
In
time.
case you have been living under a rock or haven't watched this show on another network, let's start with a recap of what went down.
Good.
Will you marry me?
100%.
It was the fairy tale ending reality TV dreams are made of.
I've never been more sure of anything, ever.
But just 5 weeks after getting down on bended knee and proposing to Sam Frost in front of the nation, Blake Garvey dropped a bombshell.
It's not necessarily something that's gone wrong. You know, it's just a general feeling.
He'd called off their engagement.
When you have that time together and you feel that it's not quite right, and you have to listen to your heart.
He just dusted off his hands and was like, it's done. And I'm like, well, what's done? You haven't even tried.
In his search for true love, Blake had said goodbye to 29 ladies, but somewhere along the way he'd made a huge mistake because the woman who'd really captured his heart was second runner-up Louise.
There is a real love story here. There's a beautiful love story here.
No one was prepared for the media storm that followed. Jilted lover Sam and first runner-up Lisa had a lot to say about the drama.
I just had one request from her, was to keep that side of it out of it.
That's the biggest load of I've ever heard in my life.
Lisa even claimed Blake tried to get back together with her after he'd already rekindled his romance with Louise.
He asked me if I still had feelings for him and if I could see a future with him.
Confused? Blake and Louise took off to Thailand to escape the scrutiny. Now the controversial couple are keen to clear their names and start their lives together.
Let's indeed clear the air, Sam. Blake Garvey and Louise Pillage join us now. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Blake, you've been called Australia's most hated man.
Yeah,
How do you respond to that? Channel 10 really dropped you in it, didn't they?
Look, it certainly wasn't fun. It certainly wasn't fun to go from, you know, this beautiful, romantic, fun experience to, you know, being, as you said, Australia's most hated. But we're here today, and I'm hoping at the moment with the G20 summit on, I'm probably not the most hated man in Australia, so it's probably a good time to come out and be like,
Yeah, send you in.
Putin will be in the country soon.
Against Putin.
We met at the Melbourne Cup, and I said to you, this is the question that everyone wants to know. Why did you propose to Sam? And you said, I'll come on your show and tell you. You wouldn't answer it on the day. Here you are. Why did you propose? Did the producers tell you to do it?
No, producers aren't telling you to propose. I mean, the opportunity's there. You know, you're in the most romantic environment that you've ever been in. It's
So you
very
just got
much
caught up.
well, it's something that goes on for 20 weeks, longest ever in the world. It's not Big Brother, but it's still very isolated. You're in this environment. That's what you do every day. What you're focusing on, what you're thinking about. So all you do is you just in one moment, you can get caught up in that, and that's all it takes.
But
and then it happens
feel
there.
you didn't really want to marry this girl.
At the time, I felt definitely wanted to propose. I was in that moment, absolutely, and that's it, right then and there. And you can be in it, and anyone can go and have this moment. It's as if I'm the first person to ever propose in history and then change their mind or have something. But that's in a normal environment.
But you did it
in
on
this
TV,
environment,
and when you put yourself up for one of these romantic reality
Don't cross
shows,
your arms,
sorry, I'm
you
not
know,
crossing.
be friendly.
I'll uncross my arms. You did it on TV, so of course it's going to get lots of attention.
Sure, absolutely, and that's the thing, but. It's still something that I don't think, you know, once all the camera stopped and you're sitting down, you've got those moments to think that you never really had, then you go and you're feeling it. Why should I carry through on that if I'm going, well, hang on, this isn't actually how I'm feeling.
So would you rather have him lived a lie?
No,
because he said it on TV.
I would have just rather
he should
you
have
didn't
gone
propose.
If I could jump in a time machine and go back, absolutely. But when the mistake is made, I just have to do the best afterwards. And I think I shouldn't have done it either. That was probably the biggest thing, because if it had just been the promise ring or whatever else, then people would have gone, okay, fair enough.
And just have the romance, and then when the show's over, just break up, and you know, and no one would actually begrudge you that.
Why?
Because I don't think anyone who watches
would
these
show a
shows
bit of shallowness.
really expects you to live for the rest of your life together. Am I the only person who thinks like that?
Yeah, no, I think you are.
You've got to hope.
Louise, how
When
are
you
you
get to my
coping with
age.
all this?
Look, you know, it's been such a whirlwind. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, but, you know, we've got each other, we've got my family, his family, and I mean, we've got beautiful support out there. Other girls have been supportive from the house, so, I mean, it's just taking one day at a time and just living life.
Well,
And-
what's your family think of him? Now
My family-
they've met him. Is he a rotter or a romantic?
Well,
A romantic.
well, actually, they met him on the show,
Right.
and then we actually went down to Jindabyne this week and to catch up again down in Jindy.
Oh, you're
and
from Jindabyne?
Yeah, yeah.
So this has changed everything now.
Does this change it?
She's from Adaminamy.
You're a
so,
Snowy
Yes.
Mountains girl.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, well, that does change everything.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been great, and everyone's been so supportive behind us. So what can you ask for more?
Why didn't you propose to Louise?
That's
That's
the
$1 million
that
question.
I keep asking
Were you
myself.
annoyed when he
you know?
proposed to Sam? Were you sitting there in the green room, wherever they sit you when you're
No.
not on the show,
well,
already-
and going, "What is he doing? I'm crossing my
She
eyes."
didn't know
again."
for weeks and weeks. So I mean, obviously when they because she was
right.
third,
I don't know.
didn't by then was already on a long
did you
been on a
think,
plane back
what?
to Australia.
Well, I kind of just, when I was watching, it was like 6 weeks after the fact, and I was watching it, and it just looked like a show to me, and I didn't really believe it, and it just kind of, I guess that was the ending that people were looking for. So.
Right.
Okay. Be honest, if all of the media disappeared tomorrow, if you were never on another magazine cover, never on another show, would you just be happy, the two of you, in a little house in Jindabyne, having a quiet life?
We're more sort of city.
All right, we'll cut out the Jindabyne bit.
But yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're happy now. You know, it's just there's the craziness around us, but that doesn't change how we feel about each other or the happiness
That must
we
put a
have
bit
together.
of pressure on, though.
You know what though? It's pressure, and if we can get through this, we can get through anything. So it's testing us at the start.
Oh.
You know, it's making us a stronger unit. And
So have you talked about getting hitched?
look, that is not on the table at the moment. We are just wanting to be together and move past all of this
Okay.
craziness.
You've proposed enough lately. Thank you very much.
2014 was good.
It's all
Don't
good.
point. We've got a couple of viewer questions. Shanita wants to know, how do you feel about so much controversy around the relationship? I think you've answered that. So let's go on the
I
next
don't
one.
think it's just a quick interjection. I don't think it's the most controversial thing I could have done. Like if I'd gone out and
What could you have done?
well, if I did, and I went to a club and picked up someone random, but this is someone that was with me for 19 of the 20 weeks.
Right.
And was there right up until the end. It's not. Where did she come from? People can see the moments, the times that we've had together. Meeting her parents,
good
it's the
point.
same thing.
Good point. All right, Louise, next question for you. What's the most romantic date or thing Blake has done for you post-show?
Well, I'm a big fan of coffee, so I mean, I just like the simple things. We finally got to do our coffee and cake, and it was in Bangkok, so it was kind of a bit crazy, but it's just the simple things that I love.
So out of that whole trip to Bangkok, you just remember the coffee and cake?
Well, you don't understand. We've been talking about this since our first
Oh,
date.
okay.
So it was just one of those little
And
things
talk
that I...
about the candles that I set up over there.
No,
and maybe
it's
when I sent
romantic,
the flowers,
but it's the
across-
little things that matter, and they
Yeah.
make it.
Right,
Yes.
okay. All right.
Definitely.
Okay, so you Louise, you're going to... I'm sorry, I'm trying not to point all across my arms. I don't know what to do with my hands.
You're getting very aggressive in this.
I'm not aggressive. I don't mean to be aggressive. I'm sorry. So you're moving to Perth?
I am.
Louise?
It's one extreme to the next. I'm moving all the way over, so I'm very excited. I've packed my car.
Gee,
I'm ready
that's
to
a
go.
commitment.
It is.
Is it?
And I'm willing to make that for this, yeah.
I did offer to go to Brisbane. I said to Louise, it's the least I can do. Would you like that? She said, look, it's time for a change. You just felt that it
Absolutely.
was...
So what are you going to do in Perth?
I'm wanting to do my events. I'm an event planner, and then also looking at doing baking and cooking and things like that.
Oh.
So yeah, I like to bake.
Oh, you like to... Gee, I don't know why you're not proposing now. Here's a woman that loves to
It's gonna
bake
take
and will
things
go
slow.
across the... Do you like Sound of Music?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
That's where we go back to the body. Yeah.
Just, are you crossing your arms? It's that kind of interview, isn't it? Sam and Lisa, we just before we let you go, have
Okay.
said some nasty things Is that just sour grapes?
I think so. I think the difference between this year and last year is last year there would have been people that would have felt, uncomfortable. There would have been people that would have had the sour grapes, but no one put a microphone in front of them because it wasn't that. Tim and Anna were happy, they'd moved on, and if they'd done that, would have gone, well, you just look sour. But in this instance, because of everything that happened, people that from weeks and weeks back afterwards are getting mics in front and they've been heard and it's been pushed everywhere because they're just saying, well, let's keep the drama going. What's
they
happening
rubbing it
now?
into
And
you, though?
I just think it jumped the shark when it got, at some point on the project when it was back and forth and this and that and laughing at the screen. And it's like, no, the show's over. These are real lives now, guys. There's enough to be silly.
And did it get so nasty? Did you sort of sit back and go, phew, that was a good decision?
Look what I avoided.
Well, yeah. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy with Louise. Absolutely very,
you
very
look
happy with
happy.
Louise.
Yeah, I don't think you're a rotter after all.
I don't
You were for a
either.
while. But no, I
I
think
thought you were for a while too.
Yeah, I think you're a romantic. That's nice.
Well, thanks for
We
your
all make
Got sucked
mistakes.
in.
We all
got
make
sucked in
mistakes.
by the hatchet job that was done on you.
Yeah. Well, it has been a big bandwagon thing. But I actually, having sat next to you, think that you're very well suited and you're quite happy.
Oh, thank you
that's
very
good.
much.
And very happy, I should
appreciate
say.
it.
Not
Oh,
quite happy.
that's good.
Yes, don't you agree?
Yes, I agree. I didn't spend as much time at the Melbourne Cup. You got to know them a lot better.
Well, and from one snowy mountains girl to another, good luck.
Thank you very much.
All the
that's what
best.
did it.
Enjoy, guys.
Thank you very much.
for coming on and
Thank
saying
you for having us.
Not really from the snowy mountains. You just threw that in to get your
Did
cross
you?
on.
No, my family have lived
I'm
there for
joking.
18 years.
Ginavine's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
All right. Thank you, guys. Good to see you.
Thank you.